We are back with work. We have our Chipotle gear, Chipotle hat, and I'm gonna finish reading here. Let me finish reading here. I'm gonna get some food as I just came back from work and I worked from 11 to 5 and it's already 6 o'clock. So I'm gonna try and eat as I'm reading. I don't know if that's possible. I don't even know if that's possible. We shall try. Chipotle. We have quesadilla today. We have a quesadilla today. And we have to leave in 30 minutes. So we are limited on time because I have to go meet up with a friend. But so we are limited in time. I'm gonna try and eat as much as I can and read. We only have 4 more chapters, so it's not like anything crazy here. Quesadilla from Chipotle. Always good. Let me put down a napkin because you know I'm gonna spill. You know I'm gonna spill. Quesadilla, sour cream, vinaigrette. That's good, that's good. That's really good. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 9. We're going to read 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we have to do this in 30 minutes. Let's get to it. Hear, O Israel, you are to cross over the Jordan today to go and to dispossess nations greater and mightier than you, cities great and fortified up to heaven, a people great and tall, the sons of the Anakim, whom you know, and of whom you've heard of, and of whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the sons of Anak? And now therefore, today, that he who goes over before you as a consuming fire is the Lord your God. He will destroy them and subdue them before you. So you will drive them out and make them perish quickly as the Lord has promised you. Do not say in your heart, after the Lord your God has thrust them out before you, it is because of my righteousness that the Lord has brought me in to possess this land. Whereas it is because of the wickedness of these nations that the Lord is driving them out before you. Not because of your righteousness or the uprightness of your heart are you going in to possess their lands, but because of the wickedness of these nations, the Lord your God is driving them out from before you, and that he may confirm the word that the Lord swore to your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Actually, let me write something down. Let's go to 6. Now therefore, that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land to possess because of your righteousness, for you are a stubborn people. Remember and do not forget how you provoked the Lord your God to wrath in the wilderness. From the day you came out of the land of Egypt until you came into this place, you have been rebellious against the Lord. Even at Herob, you provoked the Lord to wrath, and the Lord was so angry with you that he was ready to destroy you. When I went up to the mountain to receive the tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant that the Lord made with you, I remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. I neither ate bread nor drank water. And the Lord gave me the 2 tablets of stone written with the finger of God, and on them and on them were all the words that the Lord had spoken with you on the mountain out of the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. Let me go. And my shorts are falling off. What? I don't know. My bad, y'all. My pants are falling off. I didn't need belt. Yeah, written in the end of the 40 days and the 40 nights, God gave me 2 tablets of stone, the tablets of the covenant. Then the Lord said to me, arise, go down and quickly from here, for your people whom you brought from Egypt have acted corruptly. They have turned aside quickly out of the way that I commanded them. They have made themselves a metal image. This is when they were worshiping. This is when they carved that image. And Aaron was a part. Right? Furthermore, the Lord said to me, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stubborn people. Let me alone that I may destroy them and blot them from... Wait, let me alone. Let me alone that I may destroy them and blot out their name from under heaven. And I will make of you a nation mightier and greater than they. So I turned and came down from the mountain, and the mountain was burning with fire, and the 2 tablets of the covenant were in my 2 hands. And I looked, and behold, you had sinned against the Lord your God. You had made yourselves a golden calf. You had turned aside quickly from the way that the Lord commanded you. So I took hold of the 2 tablets and threw them out of my 2 hands and broke them before your eyes. Then I lay prostrate before the Lord as before, 40 days and 40 nights. I neither ate bread nor drank water, because of all the sin that you had committed in doing what was evil in the sight of the Lord, to provoke him to anger. For I was afraid of the anger and hot displeasure that the Lord bore against you, so that he was ready to destroy you. But the Lord listened to me that time also. And the Lord was so angry with Aaron that he was ready to destroy him. And I prayed for Aaron also at the same time. Then I took the sinful thing, the calf that you had made, and burned it with fire and crushed it, grinding it very small until it was as fine as dust. And I threw the dust of it into the brook that rained down from the mountain at Tibra also, and at Massa, and at Kibroth Hatava. You provoked the Lord to wrath. And when the Lord sent you from Kadesh Barnea, saying, go up and take possession of the land that I given you, then you rebelled against the commandment of the Lord your God and did not believe him or obey his voice. You had been rebellious against the Lord from the day that I knew you. So I lay prostrate before the Lord for these 40 days and 40 nights, because the Lord had said he would destroy you. And I prayed to the Lord, O Lord God, do not destroy your people and your heritage, whom you have redeemed through your greatness, whom you have brought out of Egypt with a mighty hand. Remember your servants, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Do not regard the stubbornness of this people or their wickedness or their sin, lest the land from which you brought us say, Because the Lord was not able to bring them into the land that he promised them, and because he hated them, he has brought them out to put them to death in the wilderness. For they are your people and your heritage, whom you brought out by your great power and by your outstretched arm. Chapter 10. At that time, chapter 10, y'all. Deuteronomy 10. What time is it? Oh my goodness, I got like 15 minutes. At that time, the Lord said to me, cut for yourself 2 tablets of stone like the first, and come up to me on the mountain and make an ark of wood. And I will write on the tablets the words that were on the first tablets that you broke, and you shall put them in the ark. So I made an ark of acacia wood and cut 2 tablets of stone like the first, and went up the mountain with 2 tablets in my hand. And he wrote on the tablets in the same writings as before, the 10 commandments that the Lord has spoken to you on the mountain out of the midst of the fire on the day of the assembly. And the Lord gave them to me. Then I turned and came down from the mountain and put the tablets in the ark that I had made, and there they are, as the Lord commanded me. The people of Israel journeyed from Beroth Benin Jaakan to Masira. There Aaron died, and he was buried. And his son Eleazar ministered as priest in his place. From there they journeyed to Gauduga, and from Gauduga to Jotaba, and a land with brooks of water. At that time the Lord set apart the tribe of Levi, to carry the ark of the covenant of the Lord, to stand before the Lord, to minister to him, and to bless his name to this day. Therefore Levi had no portion or inheritance with his brothers. The Lord is his inheritance, as the Lord your God said to him. I myself stayed on the mountain as at the first time, 40 days and 40 nights, and the Lord listened to me that time also. And the Lord was willing to destroy you. And the Lord said to me, arise, go on your journey at the head of the people, so that they may go in and possess the land which I swore to their fathers to give them. And now, Israel, what does the Lord your God require of you but to fear the Lord your God, to walk in all his ways, to love him, to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, and to keep the commandments and statutes of the Lord, which I am commanding you today for your good? Behold, to the Lord your God belong heaven and the heaven of heavens, the earth with all that is in it. Yet the Lord set his heart in love on your fathers and chose their offsprings after them, you above all people as you are this day. Circumcise therefore the foreskins of your heart and be no longer stubborn. For the Lord your God is a God of gods and Lord of lords, the great, the mighty, and the awesome God, who is not partial and takes no bribe. He executes justice for the fatherless and the widow and loves the sojourner, giving him food and clothing. Love the sojourner, therefore, for you were sojourners in the land of Egypt. You shall fear the Lord your God, you shall serve him and hold fast to him, and by his name you shall swear. He is your praise. He is your God, who has done for you these great and terrifying things that your eyes have seen. Your fathers went down to Egypt, 70 persons, and now the Lord your God has made you as numerous as the stars of the heaven. When you shall therefore, let me write actually that whole part down. Let's go 12 to 22. You shall therefore love the Lord your God and keep his charge, his statutes, his rules, his commandments always, and consider today, since I am not speaking to your children who have not known or seen it, considering the discipline of the Lord your God, his greatness, his mighty hand and his outstretched arm, his signs, his deeds that he did in Egypt to Pharaoh the king of Egypt and to all his land, and what he did to the army of Egypt, to the horses, to their chariots, how he made the water of the Red Sea flow over as they pursued after you, and how the Lord has destroyed them to this day, and what he did to you in the wilderness until you came to this place, and what he did to Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, son of Reuben, how the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up with their houses, with their household, their tents, and every living thing that followed them in the midst of all Israel. For your eyes have seen all the great works of the Lord that he did. You shall therefore keep the whole commandment that I command you today, that you may be strong and go in and take possession of the land that you are going over to possess, and that you may live long in the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to give them and to their offsprings, a land flowing with milk and honey. For the land that you are entering to take possession of it is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come, where you sowed your seed and irrigated it like a garden of vegetables. But the land is that you are going over to possess is a land of hills and valley, which drinks water by the rain from heaven, a land that the Lord your God cares for. The eyes of the Lord your God are always upon it from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And if you will indeed obey my commandments that I command you today, to love the Lord your God and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul, he will give the rain for your lands in its seasons, the early rain and the later rain, that you may gather in your grain and your wine and your oil. And he will give grass in your fields for your livestock, and you shall eat and be full. Take care lest your heart be deceived, and you turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Then the anger of the Lord will be kindled against you, and he will shut up the heavens so that there will be no rain, and the land will yield no fruit, and you will perish quickly off the good land that the Lord has given you. You shall therefore lay up these words of mine in your heart and in your soul, and you shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as a frontlets between your eyes. You shall reach, you shall teach them to your children, talking of them when you are sitting in your houses, and when you are walking by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise. You shall write them on the doorpost of your house and on your gates, that your days and the days of your children may be multiplied in the land that the Lord swore to your fathers to give them, as long as the heavens are above the earth. For if you will be careful to do all these commandments that I command you to do, loving the Lord your God, walking in all his ways, and holding fast to him, then the Lord will drive out all these nations before you, and you will dispossess nations greater and mightier than you. Every place on which the sole of your foot treads shall be yours. Your territory shall be your wilderness to the Lebanon, and from the river Euphrates, to the western sea. No one shall be able to stand against you. The Lord your God will lay the fear of you and the dread of you on all land that you shall tread, as he promised you. See, I'm setting before you today a blessing and a curse. The blessing is you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today. And the curse, if you do not obey the commandments of the Lord your God, but turn aside from the way that I'm commanding you today, to go after other gods that you have not known. And when the Lord your God brings you into the land that you are entering to take possession of it, you shall set the blessings on Mount Gerizim and the curse on Mount Ebal. Are they not beyond the Jordan, west of the road toward the going down of the sun, in the land of the Canaanites who live in the Arabia opposite Gilgal, beside the oak of Morah? For you are to cross over the Jordan to go in to take possession of the land that the Lord your God is giving you. And when you possess it and live in it, you shall be careful to do all the statutes and the rules that I am setting before you today. Chapter 12, last one for today's reading. And it's got 32 verses. These are the statutes, the rules that you shall be careful to do in the land that the Lord, the God of your father, has given you to possess all the days that you live on the earth. You shall certainly destroy all the places where the nations whom you shall dispossess serve their gods, and on the high mountains, on the hills, under every green tree, you shall tear down their altars and dash in pieces their pillars and burn their ashram with fire. You shall chop down the carved images of their gods and destroy their name out of that place. You shall not worship the Lord your God in that way, but you shall seek the place that the Lord your God will choose out of all the tribes, out of all your tribes, to put his name and make his habitation there. There you shall go, and there you shall bring your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes, your contribution that you present. I should have been charging this. Gosh dang it. Your contribution that you present, your vow offerings, your free will offerings, the firstborn of your herd and of your flock, and there you shall eat before the Lord your God, and you shall rejoice, and you and your household, and all that you undertake in which the Lord your God has blessed you. You shall not do according to all that we are doing here today. Everyone doing whatever is right in his own eyes, for you have not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance that the Lord your God is giving you. But when you go over the Jordan and live in the land that the Lord your God is giving you to inherit, and when he gives you the rest from all your enemies around, so that you live in safety, then to the place that the Lord your God would choose to make his name dwell there. There you shall bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes, and the contribution that you present, and all your finest vow offerings that you vow to the Lord. And you shall rejoice before the Lord your God, you and your sons and your daughters, your male servants, your female servants, and the Levites that is within your town, since he has no portion or inheritance with you. Take care that you do not offer your burnt offerings at any place that you see, but at the place that the Lord will choose in one of your tribes. There you shall offer your burnt offerings. There you shall do all that I am commanding you. However, you may slaughter and eat meat within any of your towns as much as you desire, according to the blessings of the Lord your God that he has given you. The unclean and the clean may eat of it, as of the gazelle and as of the deer. Only you shall not eat the blood. You shall pour it out on the earth like water. You may not eat within your towns and the tithe of your grain, or of your wine, or of your oil, or the firstborn of your herd, or of your flock, or any of your vow offerings and vow offerings that you vow, or your free will offerings, or the contribution that you present. But you shall eat them before the Lord your God in the place that the Lord your God will choose. And You and your son and your daughters, your male servants, your female servants, the Levites who is within your towns, you shall rejoice before the Lord your God in all that you undertake. Take care that you do not neglect the Levites as long as you live in your land. Verse 20, when the Lord your God enlarges your territory as he has promised you, and you say, I will eat meat. Because you crave meat, you may eat meat whenever you desire. If the place that the Lord your God will choose to put his name there is too far from you, then you may kill any of your herd or your flocks, which the Lord has given you, as I have commanded you, and you may eat within your towns whenever you desire. Just as the gazelle or the deer is eaten, so you may eat of it. The unclean and the clean alike may eat of it. Only be sure that you do not eat the blood, for the blood is the life, and you shall not eat the life with the flesh. You shall not eat it. You shall pour it out on the earth like water. You shall not eat it, that all may go well with you and with your children after you, when you do what is right in the sight of the Lord. But the holy things that are due from you and your vow offerings you shall take, and you shall go to the place that the Lord will choose, and offer your burnt offerings and the flesh and the blood on the altar of the Lord your God. The blood of your sacrifices shall be poured out on the altar of the Lord your God, but the flesh you may eat. Be careful to obey all these words that I command you, that it may go well with you and with your children after you forever, when you do what is good and right in the sight of the Lord your God. When the Lord your God cuts off before you the nations whom you go in to dispossess, and you dispossess them and dwell in their land, take care that you be not ensnared to follow them after they have been destroyed. Before you, and that you do not inquire about their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? That I also may do the same. You shall not worship the Lord your God in that way, for every abominable things that the Lord hates they have done for their gods, for they even burn their sons and their daughters in the fire to their gods. Everything that I command you, you shall be careful to do. You shall not add to it or take from it. So that is Deuteronomy chapter 1 to, or actually we just finished from 9 to 12. So day number 7 complete. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause. Day 7 complete. That was absolutely amazing. Man, that was cool. So yeah, guys, so that is it. So we finished the reading that we had to read today. And yeah, so I think we're already a quarter into Deuteronomy, right? Yeah, we finished Deuteronomy tomorrow. It's got 34 chapters. And then we jump into Joshua. That'll be interesting. I haven't read Joshua in so long, so it'll be really interesting. Yeah, day 7 complete, man. We are actually doing this. We're actually getting through this. That's crazy. So, okay, so let me do like a little run through of what we've read so far. Okay, so day 1 was Monday the 19th, right? Monday the 19th. So tomorrow will be a week. Today's Sunday, the 5/25/25. So Monday the 19th was last Monday, and we read from Genesis 1 to 29, right? We completed that. If y'all haven't heard it, go watch the first video. And then Tuesday was day 2, right? Tuesday was day 2. We read Genesis 30. We continued where we left off in Genesis, right? So we started at Genesis 30. We finished Genesis 30. We finished the whole book of Genesis. And then we jumped into 3 chapters into Exodus. Exodus, right? So, and then Wednesday, day 3 was Wednesday. And we went from Exodus chapter 4 to Exodus chapter 28. So we read about 24 chapters. And then Thursday, we were able to finish Exodus. We were able to finish Exodus. And yeah, so Exodus 29 to 40, we were able to finish that. And then we read 12 chapters of Leviticus. If y'all haven't, go back and watch day number 4. And then Friday, a couple of days ago, we went from Leviticus 13 to 27. We actually finished Leviticus Friday. That's crazy. We finished Leviticus on Friday. Man, the days are going by so quick. And then we read 4 chapters into Numbers. And then Saturday, We went from Numbers chapter 5 to 26. And then today we finished Numbers and we started Deuteronomy chapter 1 all the way to 12. And that's just a run through of the first week. That's just a run through of the first week. And then tomorrow tomorrow we will be done with Deuteronomy. We're gonna finish the Pentateuch, I think it's called. Yeah, the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible. So tomorrow we will be finishing the Pentateuch. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, share, thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Just support me out and yeah, this is an interesting challenge I wanted to do for myself. And we are actually almost there to completing it.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but man, we were day 7 complete. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a great reading. We're gonna finish up Deuteronomy and jump into Joshua. So do not miss that. Yeah, but that's about it. About 30 minutes of this video. And the reason I started up this video is because this morning I got up at 8, read for about an hour and a half, maybe 2, and I wasn't able to actually finish the whole reading, the reading section. And then I had work at 11, so I had to go to work. And actually I have my gear right now, Chipotle gear. I work at Chipotle right now. Yeah, so, and then I had to come back. I got off work at 5, and then I was like, okay, I guess we can finish the reading for today. So yes, that's what this video is. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and just make sure that you guys like and subscribe. And yeah, it's been very interesting. It's been super interesting reading the Old Testament, especially like reading it like actually quick. It's very interesting. But that is all I got for you guys. You guys stay tuned for tomorrow. Please don't miss.